It's 5:31. So Daisy, would you do the roll call, please?
Oh, yeah, I thought Laura was going to take notes today, so I did not pull anything up.
No, you are our secretary still.
I thought you said Laura said she would.
Laura stepped up to do last month's because you weren't here.
Oh, I thought that was permanent. Okay, give me 1 second.
Well, you can talk to Laura about that later. I'm not going to get in the middle of that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just didn't have anything pulled up because I thought that's what that meant. So
very obscure messages I've been sending, obviously. And I could actually get started with the roll call while you're pulling your stuff up, Daisy, if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Faye Moore, not here. I am here. Dominique Edwards, not here. Tim Bauer?
Here for 15 minutes.
That's why we're going to move the agenda around a little bit. Philip Kohler?
Here.
Andy Jance Davis?
Here.
Tristan Bogart?
Here.
Bailey Chavis or Chavis?
Chavis.
Chavis.
Here.
Thank you. And Laura Henderson?
Here.
Daisy Lee?
Here.
Angela Reynolds?
Here.
Angela, do you go by Angela or Angie? I think I've seen it both ways.
Well, my real name is Angela, but everybody calls me Angie. And
so what would you prefer we call you here in these commissioner meetings?
Angie is all right.
Okay, thank you. And Clarence is not here, and Michael Mack is not here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're good. We are legal. We can vote. We can do anything and everything we need to do today. Okay, so we're going to scramble this up just because Tim can only stay with us for a certain number of minutes because of previous commitment. So what I would like to do is to jump down to the action item, which is called a public statement. And this is totally open for discussion and for us as a commission deciding what we would want to do about this or not do about it. Okay, I'm not saying we have to do something about it, but I hope some of you had the opportunity to view the video of the bulldozer cutting through a mature sand dune, which actually was located on the public domain that's part of Washington Park, which is under the guidance and protection of the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Department. And also, I was going to say something else about that. It was done without the contractor did not have a license to be operating in Michigan City. And also, of course, the property owner had not gotten a permit to do the work because the city never would have said yes for that occurring. So I would like to open this up for discussion, to see what your thoughts are regarding a sustainability commission. Is this something that we should be, taking some action on or not? And if so, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm wondering I'll be right back. I left something on the stove.
Okay.
My first thought is, what action could we take?
We can't pass ordinances or laws or anything like that, but we could actually issue public statements. We can do that.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, there we go. I guess my comment would be that I agree with the public statement that it should be condemned, and that if there is further action that someone in the city or us can take, then I highly advise that to toward the next offender.
Okay, great. So then, Tristan, you're thinking we do need to do something about it then, and You're right. As far as taking any actions, if it be in the form of an ordinance or legal action or whatever, then that's going to be higher up within our municipal government. So you're right on about that. Absolutely. Okay. Other thoughts?
I have some questions, and I don't know if anybody knows the answers, but I was wondering why, and maybe this is incorrect information or incomplete information, why only the contractor was fined. I feel like he was definitely wrong to do it. He was definitely wrong to be operating without a license in Michigan City, but he's just a poor schlub trying to make a meager living. Apparently not too poor landowners who hired this to be done, I think they are the ones who should be punished more than anybody else.
Yeah, I did speak with the city inspector, and she issued that citation right away just to get him to cease and desist. It was the only way she could get him to stop. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how that came about. And then also
is that Sue Downs?
That doesn't sound right.
Okay.
I'm really poor with names. It's the inspector. So that's how that action came about. She realized that was the only way to get him to stop and leave.
Okay.
And then after that, we found out there was another property that had the same pathway done. So that's why you see the two addresses of 1602 and 1802. Okay, both of them were done the same week. One of them came to the awareness of the city inspector, and the other came to her awareness after the fact because of the Facebook post that was made by somebody that lives in the area and was savvy enough to actually videotape the incident as it was happening. I have been in communication with Save the Dunes and also the Michigan City Parks and Rec Department, and they are on this. And I've been assured by the, I don't know if he's a director or superintendent of parks, that he's taking this very seriously and he is going to be doing something about it. So they're not taking this lightly. I think by us issuing this statement, we're just really saying that we're supporting them in whatever, action they decide to pursue.
I agree with us making a statement. I think
okay,
that's
Daisy. Thank you. Okay, were there any comments on the statement itself? Because I know that I didn't have time certainly to get it out and get feedback from you. Does it look all right to everybody? Is there anything you want to change?
Go ahead.
Would it be a bad thing to add that we think the landowners should also be fined?
Laura, that's overstepping our boundaries, I would say.
Okay.
Okay. That would be something for the Parks and Rec Department and also the City Council to decide if that's what they want to do. I thought it was important for us to make a strong statement about the landscape and the environment, and that we really have strong feelings about it being returned to its original condition.
When we proceed to make that statement, that's if we do. Whenever we start typing this up, I would recommend that we try to use very strong wording. So it's it's very, I don't know how to say, very strong response in a way. That makes sense.
That makes sense, Tristan. So what recommendations would you have regarding changes?
Probably very strong wording in what we say.
You give an example of a change in words? Are you saying that what is written here is not strong enough? And would you like to say something stronger? Like I would like to say, blankety blank blank blank.
No. Like more of like us as a sustainability commission, we condemn this very harshly, and those who proceed to do this will be continued to be taken up to like city-wide recognition.
Well, like Nancy reminded me, we don't have any teeth as a commission, so any actions that will be taken by other entities in the city government, not by us, because we can't. One thing I thought of, and I don't know, this might fall into that category of things we really can't ask for, can hope for, but not ask for, is that the landowners also be responsible for ensuring that the planting survives.
That usually goes along with a contract that you would have with a professional environmental landscaper.
Okay.
They go hand in hand. If you do hire a professional environmental landscaper, then they will follow you at least for a year to be sure everything grows and it's there in place. That's why I emphasize professional for one thing, and also environmental, because environmental landscapers have a code of ethics that they work by and under. And honestly, there is only one professional environmental landscaper in all of Northwest Indiana.
And who is that?
That would be, oh goodness gracious. You know, I have word finding difficulties, right? Because of my,
Is that Erdelak or somebody else?
Yes, it's Erdelak.
Erdelak. Okay.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah. And the two of them formed their own company after working many years with the Indiana Dunes State and National Parks. So they definitely
and Save the Dunes and Shirley Hines Land Trust.
And also Duneland Beach, all of their natural landscaping, and Shoreland Hills too. When we first did ours, they're the people we worked with. So, okay. So Tristan, I heard what you said, and I really wish our commission had the teeth to do stronger language, but we really don't. So I think in this instance, we really need to play the part of a supportive commission within our municipal government. So I hope that's okay with you. Okay, so do I have a motion to accept the public statement as written here?
I so
motion.
Tim made the motion.
Second. I second.
Laura seconded it. Okay. All in favor, please raise your hand up in your corner screen there. Okay, and all opposed? Okay, that was unanimous. It passed unanimously. So thank you all very much. I think this is significant that we said something and that we're just not going to let it go by the wayside, because we're committed to a sustainable city, and sustainability also does extend to our natural resources. Okay, then we're going to jump next to waste management. I also put garbology down there because I just love that word for some reason. Daisy and Tim, I'm going to give you the chance to give us, an update. I think you've been having meetings or something like that. I'm not sure, so I'm going to hand it over to you for the time being.
I'll start the check-in because I have to leave in like 2 to 3 minutes, but we had a second meeting today, and it seems like we're likely going to have recycling bins in 6 to 8 parks starting in January. Larger parks are going to come later.
The what parks are going to come later?
Larger. Patriot
larger
Park
parks.
Washington
Okay.
Park. And I'll turn it over to Daisy. And I'm going to disappear in about a minute. So.
Well, Tim, thank you so much. That's major movement forward. It really is. Thank you. Because we were going from absolutely nothing to moving forward. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. And thanks, Daisy.
Okay. Bye, Tim. Good to see you.
Bye.
Okay. I guess Tim handed it over to you, Daisy.
So what's going to happen is our goal is by the first week of January to have 6 to 8, to have recycling bins in 6 to 8 of the smaller parks. And we're going to start with, the Parks Department wants to start with ones with parks that already are kind of accessible. We're working with this LaPorte County Solid Waste District also. So they're going to provide toters, so just your curbside rolly toters. They're working on a design to drill holes in the bottom. So in case there is any contamination, that the liquid can drain out. And then they're going to drill holes in the top so that you can only fit something about can size in there, to avoid contamination. So then the lids will be locked with a padlock, and they'll also be chained somewhere because apparently it's a thing for people to take recycling bins. They must be rare, I don't know. So they're going to be chained to a pole or fence, or I'm not sure what. So that's going to be our trial run to see how those parks go, and we'll get some information about if those bins are contaminated or not. So the solid waste district, or when they come pick up the recycling, if it is very contaminated, they'll take a picture of it as proof that it was contaminated. So we'll get to see that data. So hopefully we'll have some good luck with these 6 to 8 parks to start with. And then as the months go on and spring comes, then we'll branch out a little more. And then the Parks Department is still working on how to figure out how to get recycling in the bigger areas. So like Washington Park and also Patriot Park. So we have a couple of different options that we're weighing out, but it's a great step forward in getting recycling in there. And so we're also waiting on some quotes to see from different waste management places to see what their offers are for recycling garbage. And then also Michiana, who takes everything in one. You don't have to separate your recycling and garbage out. So it's pretty cool.
That's great. Thank you so very much, and congratulations, Daisy, because I know last year nothing was moving forward, so this is a tremendous step forward. So thank you and Tim for your efforts.
Yeah, and the Parks Department and the Solid Waste District, Shannon and Sasha have been awesome to work with. So.
Yeah, it's a partnership, definitely, and that's what makes things work. And I know I put a little bug in your ear, when you do start working with Michiana and Michigan City regarding the combined waste pickup. I would like to see that presented to the city of LaPorte also, so that if we're able to write a combined contract, that maybe that could result in reduced savings for both of the municipalities, as something to consider.
Cool.
Okay, great. Okay, let's move. Oh, Laura, do you have something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. Will these toters have good signage on them? Because a lot of people are pretty clueless about what should be recycled and what should not.
We have not talked about signage, so that is a good question. I'll check into that.
And will they be paired with actual garbage cans so people have a place to put their actual garbage rather than in the recycling bin?
Yep. So the garbage can and the recycling bin, they'll be right next to each other.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Two very valid points, Laura. Thank you for bringing those up. Okay, I think we can move up to the top of the agenda now. So we're up for the approval of the minutes. Would somebody please make a motion to approve the October 8th minutes, please? Those were sent out to you 2 times at least, last week and this week. Andy?
I motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Second for that?
Second.
Philip, thank you for seconding that. All approve, raise your hand, please. Okay, anybody opposed to that? Okay, great. Okay, and I want to now welcome our newest student commissioner, Angela Reynolds, and she said we may call her Angie here because that's what everybody calls her, so hopefully we'll do that. Angie was appointed by the Krieger Middle School principal by the recommendation of Daisy. So, Angela, if you want to briefly introduce yourself, or if you would prefer that Daisy do that, then I'm fine with either of you doing that.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Angela Reynolds, and I'm 12 years old. I'm in 7th grade, and I go to Krieger Middle School. And yeah, so.
Welcome, Angie.
Welcome to our commission. We're so glad you're here. And even though our original ordinance does not provide for students to actually vote on items we're voting on, we do welcome your contributions, and we definitely want to hear from you. As you can tell, Tristan just jumped in when we were talking about our public statement. So please feel free to share with us what your thoughts and your desires are, because this is going to be your community and your city in the not so distant future, especially when you consider you get the right to vote at the age of 18. So thank you and welcome. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is Caught You Being Green. And
Hello.
Andy?
Hi, guys. So this month I interviewed Faye. She's not here. Well, this past month. So we talked about our solar panels, and I'll be getting that out. I've had a few bumps in the road, a death in the family, and everybody in my house got sick. Don't worry, we got tested. It was a cold. So I do apologize for not getting that out. I did a small one with a boulevard cleanup. Daisy, I think you might have been in the picture that I shared. I don't remember. You were in a few of those boulevard cleanup pictures. But I did post that Caught You Being Green, and I wanted to personally thank you for always being at all of the cleanups, because you're awesome. So anyway, and also I'll probably be emailing different members of the commission to talk to you guys about your individual features and what you'd be interested in. I know, Tristan, like Nancy mentioned, you just a minute ago, you're doing a lot of work with solar panels. So that'd be awesome to feature a student. So if it's all right, I'll be emailing you guys and getting some kind of like what you're interested in on the side as well. And then that's about it with the Caught You Being Green. And then I haven't really done much with the Earth Day. I did put a message into Porter County to see if they'd picked a date for a virtual Earth Day event. And maybe after Greening of the State House virtual event, I can get some better ideas about how to do that sort of thing. See if there's a few people that want to, sit in front of the screen and answer some questions or whatnot. Maybe a couple of us or a few people that would have been at the Earth Day extravaganza last year. I'm no scientist, but I don't know that we'll be getting together for any major events anytime soon. Doesn't appear that way anyway. So I do look forward to getting together for events again soon, though, because that'll be fun. Does anybody have any comments or anything about the Caught You Being Green, or anybody that you know that's doing something that I should really shout out? Oh, and sorry, another thing about Facebook before I forget. It's America Recycles Week, and I did post what curbside recycling is acceptable today. And then I was also going to post what Porter County accepts. They have an updated list of all their TerraCycle and electronics and what not to recycle. So if you have any ideas or if you want to post something on there about recycling, by all means, please do.
Andy, it might be interesting to interview our city forester, Jessica Arnett.
Yes.
She gave an awesome presentation to the city council probably about a year ago, or maybe even more, but about the benefits of trees to cities. So, yeah, she might be a good person.
She did one just a couple months ago, too, to the city council meeting. Andy and I went to that one when I was up for reappointment. So
I was there, too.
Oh, you were.
She spoke then, too. She has such a passion for trees, and
yes,
you can tell that she's a guardian for everything that we have regarding trees in Michigan City. So I would agree that would be great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. She's pretty awesome.
Okay, the next item is the Indiana Volkswagen Environmental Mitigation Trust, Round 3. I did have an in-depth conversation with Dominique Edwards this week, and we are going to be ready to move ahead with that. We're going to wait until January of 2021 to get serious about that, just because Dominique has a lot on her plate right now, as I do also. But this specifically is to get an inventory of the Michigan City municipal government fleet. So we'll be looking at all of the buses in the transit department. It'll be looking at all of the garbage trash trucks, all of the trucks that the sanitary district and the water department have. We'll get an idea of every single vehicle that's in the city, and we'll determine what kind of fuel it burns. And then the second part of that grant is actually they have money available for either retrofitting to either natural gas or propane, and also funds for actual replacement of vehicles, especially the older ones. So Dominique and I are going to be working on that together. And we won't be rushing around at the last minute this time trying to get paperwork submitted like we did this past year for the electric vehicle charging stations at the new South Shore station on 11th Street, and also the property that's to be developed into mixed building use on 5th Street at Pine. Okay, so that's all I have for that. Solar United Neighbors, we had our couple educational sessions last month and this month. Zach Schleck, who's the program director for Indiana, said it's really looking like it's going to be a move forward for Northwest Indiana. Enough people have expressed an interest in this project that it's going to happen. And right now, I would ask if you're interested to sign up for the free membership with the national organization. And that way you're in the loop as far as being a part of promoting solar, and also when actions come up, if we could contact our elected officials, they let us know about that. And then if you're serious about looking at your household or small business, then there's a second step that needs to be taken by signing up with the Indiana Solar United Neighbors organization. So it does require 2 signups. I didn't realize that until I thought I'd completed my sign up with the state of Indiana. The thing that I know, and I know you're going to hear me say this often, is people will consider and look at things and ultimately decide to do them if we have a relationship with them. So, if there's anybody in your neighborhood or in Michigan City or in all of Northwest Indiana that you think may be interested in reducing the cost of their electricity every month, and also doing something to clean up our air that's going to result in better health, well-being, and quality of life, then I would ask those people to take a look at this at least. And the deadline to actually get signed up is the end of December, so that'd be December 31st, 2020. But Zach also assured me if people come forward after that date and they still have allotted spaces, that people could still join in, like in January of 2021. Okay, so it's important we promote this, we get the word out. This is in direct relationship to our mission to lower our greenhouse gas footprint for our city as a whole. And this ties in directly with the greenhouse gas emissions inventory that was completed by the Indiana University extern in summer of 2019. So by engaging in this project, we are promoting and moving our commitment forward for our community. So I put down all of the email, I mean all of the links for both the national organization, the Indiana organization, and then also there's a very nice Facebook page that Zach posts a lot of very interesting things on. Okay, it looks like, okay, I'm going to let Angie back in. It looks like she dropped off. I hope I didn't cut her off or anything. Okay, so are there any questions about Solar United Neighbors? I've really enjoyed getting to know Zach. He's really a great guy, and he's so committed to the idea of bringing solar power to the whole state of Indiana, actually.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, Philip.
As far as solar power goes, how would that work in power outages? Would there be a reserve of power for power outages? Because I know that the street that I live on in Trail Creek, the power always goes out during a storm, and having solar would just be amazing if that was the backup, like a generator or something.
Right. At this point in time, what I'll have to say is it's not possible to do that because what happens is when the electricity goes off that's come into your house, there's an automatic shutdown of everything so that when it comes back up, you're not going to have a surge of energy that's going to damage what you have there. Also, Zach thought in the very near future, the batteries are going to be coming good enough and cost efficient that we're going to be able to utilize those. So what he said is if you're interested in that particular aspect, when you get the assessment on your home, ask the installer what it would take to have your home ready and all set up to have a battery put in when they become available. Okay. Now, I do know that Faye Moore, with her setup, what she did is she also installed a generator that runs on natural gas. So that's something that can be considered also in those periods of blackouts, so to speak. I recommend highly to take a look at the Green Drinks video. We recorded our Green Drinks session from last month, and that's been posted on both the Northwest Indiana Green Drinks page, and also it's a YouTube posting, and you'll be able to watch Zach's presentation, and it's very easy to find. It's called Green Drinks Northwest Indiana Solar United Neighbors. I've been surprised how easy it's been for me to find it because usually it's a mystery to be solved. And I would invite all of you to take a look at that and just garner as much knowledge as you can, because when we're able to be effective spokespersons for our projects, then people are going to be more likely to listen to us and also to become involved in what we're doing. Laura, did you want to say something?
I did, yeah. I was going to say that.
Oh, Tristan, I'm sorry. You're just on opposite sides of the screen, so my dyslexia flipped you. Okay, Tristan, take it away.
Yeah, I was going to say batteries is how you would prevent those outages, since you would basically be solo on your own with the panels. What the battery would do is it would offset the high demand, and then it would conserve it during the night.
Okay.
Very good explanation. Thank you,
Oh.
Tristan. Experts in the field are feeling right now that probably within the next decade, the batteries really are going to become a reality for our homes.
I would encourage anybody to sign up for this because it's no cost and it's no obligation. And what you'll get is you'll get they'll evaluate your property and see if you're a candidate, which I joined. I'm dubious that my property would be a candidate, but I would like to find out because I'd really love to do it if it's feasible. But
Right.
like I said, there's no cost and there's no obligation. So why not?
I signed up also, and I think there's a good chance we'll be able to get it because our garage actually has a south-facing roof with a lot of square footage. So I think it's going to be possible for us to do it. I was concerned about my spouse, but I just sort of kept pushing out information, and I was asked, have we signed up yet? So I got my green light go ahead for that. Okay, great. Okay, and then we'll move on to Carbon Neutral Indiana. We had one new resident in Michigan City that actually has gone carbon neutral. So as I say, little baby steps, little steps at a time, and soon we'll get to the point that we're, tipping, and then a lot of people are going to want to do it. Also, we have another sign up. Bailey, did your mom sign up to get a carbon neutral assessment? Do you know?
Yes, it's my dad actually. We are in the works of getting the information, yes.
So thank you very much for doing that. I recognize the last name, but not the first name. So Bailey, thank you for being an ambassador because I'm sure that you spoke with them and got them interested. So thank you. Okay, so I wanted to just go around because I know that Tim and I had talked. He just moved into a new place, so he's not going to have all of that previous data to be able to participate, but he wanted to be able to do it. So I want to talk about that desire to do something. And let me see, Daisy, I know you have so many things on your plate, but you had said that it was something you wanted to do. Yeah.
It is, yeah. And I went through the first step, but I haven't quite gotten to the second yet. So.
Okay, so is that first step gathering all the data that you needed from the utility sites and?
The first step was signing up, and I got the email from him asking if I really wanted to do it. So that was
okay.
done.
Okay, so then the next step is actually to take that inventory sheet and fill it out.
Okay.
So you're ready to talk with him. If you have everything all lined up, honestly, it only takes 30 minutes. And if you don't have everything filled in on your sheet, then it could take 45. Or in my case, it actually took a second phone call because I take those forms very literally. I take an or as an or, and I don't read an and if it's there. So anyhow, Philip, I know that you don't have your own place, okay, but what's the possibility of getting anybody in Trail Creek to do it? Anybody?
I'd say pretty good. At least the neighbors across the street and to my left and right would be possibly interested in it. And then further down the street, because I know during even the lightest of storms, the power can go out here. So, so it's a good possibility.
Okay. And then we have a mutual friend that lives in Trail Creek that's connected with Green Drinks because she was one of the co-founders with Dennis and I. So maybe you could contact Sarah Weaver to see if she might be interested.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That would be great. Okay. And I totally understand if you're not living in your own house, or you're renting that, it's not something you can do. Okay, and then Andy, I know you're in this conundrum. I'm in a 5-year house, but
I am. I found out too that you can't really take it with you. And so it would be a huge investment for us to make for the solar. We did the carbon neutral though. I wanted solar forever. But yeah, to make that investment and then move in a year or two is a lot. I know it would benefit the resale value of the house, but it's really, really hard. I don't anticipate us being here 5 more years, probably less. Our yard is small and we want chickens. So basically, unfortunately, if there was some sort of, we have solar chargers for our phones and things like that, temporary panels that would just run your blender, for instance, that would be awesome. But it seems like all of these are very permanent, and you don't just take it with you.
I just realized we've skipped topics too, so I'm trying to get a carbon neutral Indiana interest inventory here.
Yeah, I know we went from
we went from carbon neutral Indiana to
but the solar panels is a big jump for me to do, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I totally get that. Laura,
so I have been encouraging some people, and I do want to sign up if it's free. I'll be honest with them though, up front, that we wouldn't likely stay here, but we might keep the property. So who knows? Maybe we'd get like a half panel system, and it wouldn't be as much of an investment, and it would still be a perk. But anyway, I would like to see what it is, to be able to tell other people about it. I've had a few friends really interested in the solar, even more than the carbon neutral, which I find kind of ironic because the carbon neutral can be like $20 a month. And then the solar, although not expensive, it seems to balance out from a lot of my understanding from several people that I've talked to, that after a year or two or even less, you're paying less for electricity. When you're paying for your solar panel, the payment for those ends up being less. Not everybody, and don't quote me on that. So, but it does end up, not costing you much money, but the initial, the investment in the loan and doing all of that. Also, possibly getting a loan when you're trying to get a loan for a house is a whole nother ball game. So, but I am encouraging them. And really the carbon neutral guys, I know it's a little annoying to get your bills together. But we still get a paper bill, and our last NIPSCO bill had our usage for the last year. You can just pull it out, look at it.
Right. It's all available online,
and online ones too.
It's all online. So as long as you sign up as a customer, you can get your water, you can get your gas, your natural gas, and also your electricity. It's all online, and they've done it for you already. It says your average usage for a year. So, so that's relatively easy. As far as the cars go, as far as I'm concerned, just take the total mileage that's on the odometer, divide it by the number of years that the vehicle's been in use. And that's a good enough number, for the number of miles that your vehicle's driven per year. So, and what your family eats and doesn't eat, regarding meats and vegetables and, the different basic food groups. So those are sort of the important things. I got stumped on what our average, just the amount of money that we spend on just not necessities. I had no idea, and Daniel was going, well, just make a guesstimate. I said, I don't know. I said, I don't keep track of the debit cards. I don't keep track of the bank accounts. It's like, that's not my job. Okay. That's not my job. I married a stockbroker for a reason. Okay. It's taken care of. I don't have to worry about it, So anyhow. Okay. So Daisy, if you'd get back on board, that would be great. And then Laura's finished. You're carbon neutral. I'm carbon neutral. Andy's carbon neutral. Philip, I'm just asking you to line up some people to do the carbon neutral thing. But hey, if you can get some people to look at solar also, that would be great. Maybe you could present it as a package to them. You know, we have these two things going on, either or and. Okay, that would be great. Tristan, I know you don't own your house. And Angie, probably the first time you've been hearing about this. Okay, we're good then. Okay. Okay, great. I'm very excited to say that the conference that's coming up with Greening Our State House, that I was able to enroll Solar United Neighbors and also Carbon Neutral Indiana to be gold level sponsors at that particular conference. So I want you to know that we're partnering with people that are taking our environment very seriously. Because they're willing to make those kinds of investments in what's going on statewide. Okay, we already did waste management / carbology. Tristan, solar field and battery project.
Yeah.
And I need to apologize to you, Tristan, if I needed to hand something on to the commissioners and I didn't do that. Will you please email that to me after the meeting and I'll be sure that everybody gets it?
Will do.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did talk to Zach Schultz. He gave me the estimate, that we would have to have like 2.5 acres, and it would cost the city $1,492,400. The other estimate.
Okay, hold on, Tristan. Hold on. That was
$1,492,400.
Okay, so that's the total cost for Michigan City going.
With just solar alone.
Okay, and it's 2.5 acres?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And then the other estimate, there's some type of confusion, so we're trying to work that out. I'm trying to get in contact with Skylar York. Unfortunately, he never replies to my emails or voicemail, so that's if anybody can help with.
That's why I suggested contacting Michael Mack, Councilman Michael Mack, who's our liaison on the city council, and he should be able to help move this forward, Tristan. Okay, and then a secondary recommendation I made, if Michael wasn't able to help out, then Bryant Dabney is the one who's in charge of the budget for Michigan City. So he may be able to answer those specific questions that the one contractor was asking, because I didn't know the answer. Okay.
Yeah, me either. So other than that, I did work with the one company. They asked me if they wanted me to participate in an interview about Michigan State area schools going solar a while back. Oh. So I should probably by next.
Tristan, you froze. And he's muted too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tristan, we lost you. You froze right after you said I was interviewed. We lost the rest of it.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was about the Michigan State area schools, how they got solar in their district. And so I did an interview. I even helped encourage other school districts to go solar as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great. So Tristan, when that video becomes available, if you would share that with Andy, whether it is via a link or if you have a download, Andy can put that up on our Michigan City Sustainability Facebook page. Okay, that would be a really nice addition for that page, okay? And you said you were nervous in the beginning, but once you got started, it was okay?
I don't know. It was scary.
Good for you for going outside of your comfort zone. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it wasn't an easy one bit.
Well, we're glad you did it. You've become our solar ambassador on our Michigan City Sustainability Commission. So thank you so very much for taking on that role, and also for, taking up the banner for that. We really do appreciate it tremendously.
No problem.
Okay, and then we did our action item public statement already. Okay, public comments, again, we're going to have to forego those for the time being. And then board comments. Okay, my comment is, please, now I'm down on my knees begging. I know you can't see me down on my knees right now, but I am, okay? I need to hear from each one of you which days of the week per month you are not available, okay? Okay, now I know I've heard from Philip and Tristan and E&D already, and I don't think that, Bailey, I heard from you also. Just please take, first week, if you're not available on Monday, then just, put an X by it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's what I need. So I'll make a master grid and I'll drop everybody into that. And hopefully we can find a day of the week that's going to work better for people. I know this has been extremely difficult for both Faye Moore and also for Dominique Edwards. And I don't want to, and Laura also. Laura, thank you for moving your meeting. I want to pick out a time that everybody potentially could be here, with the understanding that things come up. But I think this is such a great group, and everybody has so much to offer and contribute, that I want to pick out a time in January of 2021 that we have a new date. Okay, it's going to need to remain at the 5:30 time, because we have people that are working and can't get to us before 5:30. So please, if you would do that, that would be extremely helpful.
Nancy, did you receive that information from me? Because I think I sent it.
Laura, was it within the election, the time of the elections? Was it within that time?
It could have been.
Okay, I'm still digging through all of those emails right now.
Okay, maybe I should resend it.
If you would resend it, that would be extremely helpful.
Okay.
And I would thank you profusely for doing that.
Okay.
Right. A lot of people don't know, but I hold an elected position. I'm actually a precinct chair for precinct 23 in Michigan City, which means I had official election responsibilities, and I take it seriously, and I do what I'm supposed to do as far as mailings to everybody in my precinct, and then getting out the vote and assembling a team for the day of the elections. Okay, so that's what was going on with me. And if I miss things, just resend them, please. That's easiest. Okay, great.
Okay, I have
the other board comments.
Yeah, I have a request. If anybody knows how to get into our cohort, our new place where documents are stored. I know they moved things from one storage to another storage, and I don't know how to get into the new storage now.
This is the Indiana University Resilience Cohort. Okay.
Yes. So Andy, do you have that?
I haven't checked it. I know I just got an email a couple of days ago from Aaron that had files, but I haven't looked through it, honestly.
Okay.
So if you give me 2 minutes, I might be able to pull that up.
Laura, is that something you could ask Aaron and Andrea directly?
I emailed Aaron. I got back an answer, which didn't really help me. It told me to do such and such. I did it, and it asked me for my edu email, which of course I don't have. So I emailed that to her, and I haven't heard back. So and supposedly she said I should have already received something. I don't know if I did. It wasn't from Aaron. And of course, I have to search my email by who I think the sender is, or else I don't know I'll never find it.
Okay, then, okay, that's something that needs to be followed up on.
Yeah,
then.
and the specific reason, the specific reason I wanted it was because at the last resilience meeting, there was some information that I would love to share with Tristan, but I don't know how to tell him where to get it.
Okay, great. Okay, I understand there's a reason for that. So, also, too, I just wanted to let everybody on this commission know that all of us are invited to attend those meetings, which happen on Friday mornings at 9:30, is it, Laura?
It's 9:30.
9:30.
I hope somebody else can be there with me. Actually, I think it's canceled. Is it canceled this?
It's canceled tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I took it off of my calendar.
So. Yeah.
But they're really great because they'll do a topic, and then the next week they'll do a round robin on the topic where they actually talk about it. So Zach Schlack of Solar United Neighbors did one session that I actually attended. And then the next week they talked about what it was that he had presented. So it's an opportunity to really dive deeper on whatever topic it is that they're presenting at the time. And they're the people that Indiana University Resilience Cohort, they're the people that originally did our greenhouse gas emissions inventory in summer of 2019. So we have a strong relationship with them, and these are ongoing educational supportive sessions that they have weekly. Okay, any other board comments? Okay, announcements, anybody? I'm just going to make an announcement again for the Greening the State House conference that's happening this Friday and Saturday, sponsored by Hoosier Environmental Council. It's my understanding that they still did have spaces left. Unfortunately, I've given out all of the free tickets that we had access to through our Sustainability Commission and also through Northwest Indiana Green Drinks. So if you do decide to do it, then, it's up to you to get signed up for that. I believe students are eligible at a discount. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Go to their website and check that out if you're interested. It's the best conference, the best environmental conference that's held in Indiana. It's the largest conference that's held in Indiana, and it has the most attendees out of any environmental conference in Indiana. Okay, adjournment. Do I have somebody that would make a motion to adjourn at 6:28? Laura? Okay, Laura, thank you for making a motion. We adjourn. Do I have somebody to second that? Philip, thank you for seconding. Okay, all in favor, raise your hand in one of the corners of your screen. Okay, great. Okay, we unanimously have adjourned, and I'm available during the week now because the election's over. So, feel free to text me or to email me. And I'm feeling really positive and think we'll enter January of 2021 very strongly. So all of you are going to have to exit before I do because I need to wait for the download of the video. Okay? Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.